What is up, everybody? Welcome to the SUPERDWARF show live. We're eating Chinese food live. Actually, Garrett's still getting his Chinese food, but you caught us with our pants down a little bit. How is everybody doing today? All 6 people in the chat. How's everybody doing? Whoa, this is mega delayed.
What I'm thinking is 2 bolts, 2 pins facing down, swing it up so you can lift the whole door off, take it off if you want. And then when you swing it closed.
What is going on, everybody?
To where it can't come up.
So, while we wait for Garrett, tell me how your week's going. We got a little bit of a different camera setup because trying to switch it up a little bit, make it fresh. I actually stole Garrett's computer, and Garrett got his own computer. Oh, wow. What's up, Brian? This is very forward of you. What's up, Gina? Mr. Wizard Official. How you guys doing? In just a second, Garrett's going to come in here when he gets done with his super secret business. What's up, Spooky Tuesday? Garrett's doing some super secret business right now. And he will join us in just a moment. Oh, that's exciting, Hannah.
You can pop in and say hi if you want. We got fun stuff going on.
Brian said, Asian food with my pants down the best.
I've got my pants on and everything.
All right.
I got my big
with our
boy
new
pants
setup-
on today.
With
Hi,
our new
everybody.
setup, you can see everything over here. And you can hold your snake up.
Oh, yeah, it's cool, right?
And we can sit here. You can look
Like
at
this? Check it
Exactly,
out,
DJ.
everybody. Ooh,
Hold on, I have to cover my
focus. There it is. Bam. Yeah. Oh man, Lauren was watching one of the ones I had the Lyme's disease and half my face was gone. I'm glad that came back. Yeah.
You know what we should do?
I was pretty trippy.
Let's do this.
So I have in the other room right now. There's a guy working on a project that is pretty stinking exciting.
I
for
told
me.
him you're doing some super secret business over there.
You didn't tell him what it was, though, right?
No, of course
No.
not.
Good.
I'm sure if you've hung around here physically, then you already know. But
I could probably give him a hint. Give him a hint.
what's long and wide and
How many people are watching?
Not
very many.
we got. You can see this stuff up here. We got 18, and you can read chat. And all
Wow,
that.
that's very little. Only 5 likes.
I know. Come on, guys.
22 watching
Okay.
is what that says.
Later, we're gonna do a poll,
30 likes, and I'll give you a hint on what we're working on, top secret in the other room.
and later we're gonna do
So
another
excited.
poll because Ashley was not satisfied that we didn't vote to lose Garrett's mustache.
What? Are you
So
serious?
she wanted me to
Hold
put it in
on,
another
I've only
poll,
been able to enjoy it for another week.
and she has only had to.
I
Not
don't know if
enjoy
enjoy
for
it
another
is the
week.
right word, but it is interesting. I actually dug into the genetics a little bit about why do I have brown hair and a red beard? And apparently I'm not the only one. You can see right here. Let me see. There it is. You see? Look at my eyes.
There you go.
I got the little red mustache. Just starting to get okay. I need like 2 more weeks. So vote to keep it. But I got the brown hair, maybe a little gray in there when it gets long, and the red mustache, and then a blonde soul patch for some reason. So anyway, apparently the brown hair, red facial hair thing is actually a form of codominance.
Howard, 23
Not in
people
complete
supposed to be
dominance.
30 likes.
Codominance.
SUPERDWARF, man. Well,
Yeah,
you better
well,
go text
no,
your
that
family.
was
Text
my
every
point.
single one of your
If
family
it ain't
members.
popular enough, you little guys don't get to see. You
Exactly.
got to get some people on. We'll
we
get
gotta,
some
we gotta
people on.
spice this thumbnail up a little bit.
Yeah, so there'll be some people cycling through. I think I lost about 12 of them
Hold
by
on.
showing them my mustache up close.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
You lost
So
me, to be honest.
when new people get on, just tell them in the comments they got to like it so we can see.
Hold on, we gotta take a more exciting thumbnail. I think that's the problem. Can you give me an exciting thumbnail?
Can you see the broccoli in my teeth?
generic. Yes. All right.
Live. How about this? We're live. There's a
Yeah,
thumbnail
perfect.
for you. All right. These balls is asking, would I do the same approach getting the genetics in the dwarf Burmese? That's actually a great question. It's almost exactly the same thing. The Prague Shy actually come from even kind of the same region as the dwarf and superdwarf stuff. I don't know that they occur on any of the same islands, but it's like that southern Sulawesi area from what I understand. So, and I don't know if like the whole having the small females things works and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is right now, there aren't enough pure Prague Shy to go, like, as far as I know, nobody's even hatched any pures in quite some time. So there, I think that would be like trying to start with Karampas and shrinking the morphs down. I do think it would be great. They've already done it. There's half dwarf Burmese morphs. There's a few challenges. The first thing, it would be slower because basically all of the Burm morphs are recessive, with the exception of like the blue eye Lucies and the hypos. And then they call them half dwarf Burmese, and then it's the same problem with super dwarves where people get in, they don't really like track the lineage, and kind of like as soon as dwarfs touched it, everything's a dwarf from now on. So you have no real quality control. Nobody's championing making them small. There are a ton of people out there that will sell you a dwarf or a super dwarf retic right now. But are they actually focusing on trying to make the snakes small? Or did they just get into it because they're more sellable? You know what I mean? In other words, are they like a mainland breeder that really doesn't care about super dwarves, but now they kind of feel like they have to do it because they're not able to sell their stuff? Or, hey, a super dwarf is better than a ball python. I guess I'll go with that. When you get people who get into it that way, I'm not knocking anyone that does that or breeds mainlands by any means. But if you get into it begrudgingly because you think it's the market you have to do, you're just very, very unlikely that you are going to be the person to do something great for that market. So I love Prague Shy. I personally don't like Burmese at all. But the Prague Shy are cool. So they have they call them dwarf Burmese. They're closer to super dwarf in size and everything. And they have kind of the same reputation that the super dwarves had in the beginning. Oh, they're nasty and they run and they bite and they hate life. But again, almost all of them that people have worked with are like Wildcats or F1s. So they haven't really been super domesticated.
SoCal Herbs is sleeping out here.
But yeah, he's supposed to come to Pittsburgh, Matt. I keep telling him he won't come, so he doesn't like me anymore. We gotta ignore his phone calls too much. Anyway, I think it's awesome, D's Balls. I think that's a great project. I would love to see it. Would I personally get into it? I don't think so. But it's not because it's a bad project. I just don't like Burmese pythons. Like I said, I love Prague Shy, and anyone out there that is thinking that they are going to produce some pure Prague Shy, I would love to buy those from you. But I only want the pures, and I'm spitting on Thomas.
Oh, that's gross. Good thing I wore my rain jacket.
I only want the pures. But that's just because I like them. So, we got a super chat. I think you got to take this one, lady, from Tristan.
And then you got to
What's
go
up,
get
Tristan?
some marbles. Woo! Super chat. All right, thanks for donating.
I'll grab a bite. Woohoo! Super chat
How's
dance.
your tofu? Is it good?
Try some. All right, marble. Let's see. What is that crazy platinum? Here we go.
So D's Ball says, so I truly love my large Burmese, but I love the species in general and would like to make them more obtainable for the average keeper by working with the dwarfs. I'd love to pick your brain on it sometime.
That sounds very, very similar to my reasonings behind why I got into the super dwarfs.
Lockwood wants to know why you don't like Burmese.
I mean, I don't want to rag on a snake that somebody else doesn't like, but they're just not like the snake for me. So how well can we see this? Is that working? This is like the craziest platinum marble. And honestly, I think it's because it's like a low expression platinum. Low expression platinums are my favorite platinums because it still has black. Normally platinum brightens yellow but also reduces black. This one still has a lot of black. And then she's got these crazy highlights in here. She's also 50% calato and a female that's almost a year old. So that's pretty stinking hot. What do you think, Tristan? She's really nice. And as the yellows come in, I think she's going to be crazy. And then over here we have kind of the big belly crew, the creme de la creme. This is a Carrampa marble, so pure Carrampa bred to. So this is an F1 animal off a wild caught, bred to. There we go. I'm gonna try to get some light on them. There we are. Bred to a Kalatoa marble like this one. So this is kind of the next generation advanced. And it's got some pretty cool stuff. It is the striped out marbles. You see the little rolls over there. But the stripe is like completely busted up with all kinds of crazy shadowing on this guy from that chaotic pattern. Cool head stamp too. Really nice head stamp. And this one has like the marble pattern extends to the eyes. He's even got marbling in his eyes, so it's pretty wild.
It'd be cool if the camera
I don't think you can get a cooler couple of marbles than those two. I don't know.
Definitely not the Carrampa marble.
You're biased. You like Carrampa.
They're nostalgic for me. They're the first snake that I remember, like that I could pick out. And you also happen to have a traumatic experience with them the second time I came out to film, so.
Yeah, very memorable.
Except you keep forgetting it.
I intentionally try to forget it. Thanks for bringing it back.
Yeah.
7 more likes. Mistrabua is helping us out, trying to get that top secret clue. Yeah. All right. We have any questions?
We do have some questions.
Oh, someone said why I don't like Burmese. I mean, first thing, like, just kind of like Dee Balls is saying, I'm spitting all over the place. I better grab a paper towel.
Yeah, give me like a rain jacket too. Like a bigger rain jacket.
You look like you're wearing a rain jacket.
Like a bigger one. This one may not suffice. Here we go. Here's the more intense thumbnail. Oh, it's probably too big.
So, the Burmese python's like a...
Oh, super chat from Zachary Shabo. 2 super chats.
Woohoo! All right.
I'm going to pull up a copyright-free playlist on here.
You need to. The Burmese, like from marketability, breeding standpoint, I think they just get too big. One of the things I don't like about the species is that they get sick a lot easier than the retic stuff. They're not as temperature hardy, and then I don't know. I just they're too slow. They're like big ball pythons, which actually is great for a lot of people, but that might run into the shrinking down too, because if you shrink a Burmese python down enough, you kind of have a ball python. You know what I mean? So there's nothing quite like a retic that's small. So I don't know. I think you're going to get a lot of, like, well, why would I go with the really expensive dwarf Burmese if there's already ball pythons? But, retics have such a different personality. Let's see. Shots fired. Didn't call me. Text message. It's in your court. Good thing Brian's my best friend now. Ouch, Matt. Publicly and putting money on that? Ouch. Zach. 210385. Yeah. Let me see what I got over here. 210385. Where are you at? 30.
Alright.
Zach just can't get enough of her.
Dantan asked, is a single Burmese called a Burmoose?
A Burmoose? I like it. Should be. Yep. Here you go. How's this? That's you got like some good lighting and a nice angle on her this week. Look at that eye, and then bam, that belly though, like that crazy black to white transition. It's trying to focus on Thomas.
I changed the focus box to right about where the chair is right here.
Man, yeah, she's hot. She's hot. All right, what kind of questions do they have for us?
We got let's see. First question. Well, we got a big one. Do you want a heavier one or a lighter one?
Go for it.
All right, lighter one first. Live or dead rodents for superdwarfs?
I don't know. Both. Dead are convenient. Live are fun for them. So I don't know. We feed a majority of frozen thawed You know, I start some stuff on live, but you definitely awaken a lot of instinctual stuff in them with live. There's a lot of that's a huge debate. SUPERDWARFs are definitely capable
Super chat.
of being able to take down their prey. Super chat it. Super chat it. Eric Blick. Lily. What's up, Lily? How you doing? So her favorite snake is the 2.5-year-old platinum girl. That's a good choice.
Oh, another super chat. Man,
Good
y'all are going
choice.
nuts on the super chats there. Woo! Gary, you gotta dance a little bit. We need to bring Hadley back.
I think someone has a drinking game about every time Chris asks about a cow, isn't it?
It's just anybody.
What's up, Chris?
It's
What's
like
up?
they think the cow has like a massive like under or overhaul every single week.
Oh my gosh, look, he's using our channel to launch the fact that his pure SUPERDWARF is building follicles or gravid right now. Sneaky Chris. I see what you're doing.
Subtle flex in there.
I see what you're doing. The only cow I have to update you on is our breeder girl that's, well, I'll show her to you. We'll pull a cow out. She's a big girl.
2 more likes, guys, before we get a sneak peek. And we have 55 people in here, so there's really no reason why we can't get 30 likes. He said, Bob Evans said he's doing cookies instead of drinking because last week was pretty rough. Do we got some bots in here?
Baby girl thinks she's gonna eat right now.
What's up with these?
Honey, probably not eating. That's your own flesh.
Agreed. Any cow is a cool cow. Oh, we got 30. The people came in clutch.
Secret? Is that what it is?
34. Y'all go nuts.
This girl totally thinks she's gonna eat right now. She is not raised by us, not really hook trained.
Whoa.
Totally thinks she's gonna eat. Won't get out of food mode.
Nice.
Here's cowgirl.
Hold those.
Big update is she's been breeding a lot. So this girl's tiny. She's only 25% Kalatoa though. So you know, hey, that might not be enough Kalatoa to make a difference in a lot of animals. This one is staying nice and small. So that's great. So I'm happy with this size. If I could make a bunch of cow retics this size, that'd be great. So we are running her to a nice high morph, 75% SUPERDWARF male. So we can try to get some fun stuff out of this girl. Get some more SUPERDWARF cows for the world. There's that. Okay, what's your heavy?
My heavy
I
question.
gotta do the secret thing first, right?
Yep.
All right. Let me pull it up.
All right, we're taking care of the bots. We're not going to get any weird links. What's up, Duran? Duran wants to know if we sold the original cowgirl.
She's gone, yes.
R.I.P.
You were sleeping. You were sleeping. All right, so here's your hint. And, ooh, gosh, that's too good of a hint. Hold on. Here it is. This is going to be your hint for the top secret project going on. If you're on Patreon, you probably already know that. If you're not on Patreon, like we do, I mean, we're going to do it.
Get on Patreon.
Yeah, we're going to do it after this. It's like $5 a
tier.
month. They get a lot of fun stuff.
Breeder tier.
I think everybody knows. Oh, there is a breeder.
Tonight, breeder tier. Tonight is breeder tier.
Tonight is the breeder tier. I think there's a spot open, right? Ashley told me. We have limited spots on our breeder tier. Somebody came off today. Those spots usually are only around for about 24 hours.
They pop up every maybe 3 months, two months.
Yeah, spot opens up. It's our most exclusive tier with all the benefits and stuff.
You get some pretty nice benefits.
Here's your clue. Whoa, that's super weird lighting on this for some reason. That is your clue as to what's going on over there with the CAD designs right now. No, you're good. They can see it. So yeah, my cousin's over. He's actually the guy that did the CAD design on the video where we said we were calling Freedom Breeder out to make some arboreal enclosures out of their rack, base. And we did a CAD design. We developed it and we sent it to them and we did all that stuff and they got us a prototype back. So the guy that did the CAD design for me for that to kind of light that fire under their butt is doing some more stuff for us right now.
Christina Hill wants to smoke.
Pretty exciting.
What's wrong, Thomas? I thought you got over your fear of snakes. Working on it. Also, when Garrett says, she won't get out of food mode, that's fine. We'll bring it over here. And hold it in his face.
You saw that, huh, Christina?
Yeah. I was just giving the cow a little bit more camera space. Didn't want to crowd it.
Yep.
The composition wasn't sitting correctly.
Woo.
All right. Okay. Do you want?
What's
I
the
don't know if
future
this
for
is a
retics with
heavy
all the
question.
laws? That's a question everyone's been asking forever.
Well,
I've been hearing that question asked for the last 20 years.
this is kind of in that area a little bit.
Let's hear it.
We've covered it before, but KCO Reptiles asked, big question is, how do we get the government to recognize the difference between the mainland and the smaller island locales so we can all work with them if we want to? Florida sucks when it comes to reptile laws.
Yeah, Florida's doing some really crazy stuff with reptiles right now. So Florida, I don't know. If you're really into reptiles, maybe question the fact of why you live there. Honestly.
What are your priorities? Do you like the beach or snakes more?
Well, because they have like laws against like just
yeah.
crazy stuff that has nothing to do with anything.
Yep.
But yeah, the legislation thing is one that's like, you can't really control that. But I would say that the more big snakes going out there into people's hands that shouldn't have a big snake and then causing issues, either, a public safety issue. Those of us that have snakes realize like even big retics really don't cause like a public health safety issue. But it's definitely a perceived one. They are capable of doing bad things, even if they rarely to never have done it. But the hype on it is huge. So you're never going to win that battle. It's just, they're hyped up to be very dangerous. So, you have that side, and then the rescue issue for all the unwanted animals. So, yeah, we got to, we have to do better about producing animals, not just that we can sell as babies, but that people can take care of for life. And if you're saying, well, Garrett, there's not enough people that are educated or equipped enough to take care of these animals for life, what are you doing as a breeder to help equip or educate those people? That would be my question to you. So if there are actual issues going on with this stuff, you can expect more legislation. If those issues start to go away, you can expect it to lighten up. So
somebody asked about the Superdwarf play gym. You're kind of close, but we already talked about that. That's already been revealed.
Oh, they're guessing on the plans. Yeah, he is actually working on that too, plus some other stuff. So you're actually technically right.
Technically.
Ocean's 11, eating in every scene. That sounds about right. I mean, you guys always jump on our live stream at dinner time. What can I tell you?
We don't schedule these things.
We're burning the midnight candle tonight.
You guys show up, and we.
It's like that commercial where like pizza has fueled all the greatest advancements in history. They show all these like teams and different jobs like getting together and like figuring out space rockets or how to do this marketing campaign or whatever, and they're staying up all night with pizza. Except ours is Chinese food tonight.
Yep. Thank you.
That's us. Big things going on. But yeah.
S. Arnett asks, how do we get the government to do anything useful? Halo angel emoji.
I think it starts with all of us caring that they do, and not being so divisive. How can we actually get together with each other and do something useful?
Are there super dwarves on the natural dwarf retic species? I don't understand that question.
Are there, or what are they? Yeah, so super dwarves are natural. They're not a genetic mutation. At least not like a man-made genetic mutation. They're an island population that stays smaller than normal retics. So they are naturally occurring, and my favorite project within superdwarves are the pure localities that it's just preserving how they look, where they came from in the wild. Mm-hmm. That's actually my favorite thing. So as much as we're like advancing things or shrinking things or creating new combos, and that stuff's really fun and exciting, my favorite stuff is just to preserve the way they're at. Super chat from Zach. What's up, Zach? All right. I don't know why I'm doing your dance.
Why'd you copy my dance, bro? We can just, it's like synchronized swimming, except you have to stay in time.
Stir the eggs. Yeah, cooking Christmas cookies.
Favorite snake at the facility?
I could probably go pick one. That's a hard question. It'll have to be favorite for today.
Doesn't it change? I was going to say, like, changes.
Right, constantly.
Changes depending on whether he's looking at house snakes or retics.
I saw somebody today that I like. I'll show you.
Yes, Christina. If you saw, I don't know if you saw Blake's snake room video, but he actually has a cat. He has one of those cat gyms in his snake playroom, and they like to curl up in there. And
this girl's looking pretty
hold
hot
it
today.
right up in there. Hold it closer.
It's right up in there. Come on, Thomas. There we are. This is one of the Karumpa marbles, and she was looking hot today. Pretty cute. She was one of the first ones out, and she didn't have a lot of yolk in her egg, so she was like kind of small. But she has the funkiest pattern. Like her neck pattern is gotta get some more like right here. Her neck pattern is super chaotic, and then it drops off into this like really bold stripes, a lot of blue background. She was just looking hot today, really hot. Normally I like the super chaotic stuff, but this one is, I don't know, it's, you kind of like them all, and this one's got all the looks in one. What are you doing here? We got a chaotic neck. It's a little got a chaotic neck. You got crazy bold stripes in the center, and then in the tail, that Karumpa locality just won out. It's like, nah, you're not going to be a marble. You're gonna
Tristan
be a
Cowder.
Pretty cool. What's up, Tristan? What's Tristan say?
Can I have all your marbles?
No.
I mean, do you have like a bag of marbles somewhere?
I lost my marbles.
Yeah, several years ago. It's tragic.
Sorry, Tristan. Lost my marbles. Can't have them.
Because he can't find them either. Spooky Tuesday asked, have you ever kept a venomous?
She did eat recently.
At a young age.
Yes. The first reptile species I bred was Southern Pacific rattlesnake. So I started with venomous.
What age was that? Not recommended advice. But
it was less than 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 14 is when I started breeding leopard geckos. That was after I bred the yeah, actually I think I first bred leopards around like 13, so it was like not much older than my daughter Kira, who's kicking around here tonight. But
jeez, man.
All right. Yeah, she has a big lump. She likes to eat now. No problems there. Okay, what do we got?
All right. Do you feed heavy in the beginning of the season because females exhibit stronger food drive, or just to boost calories for follicle growth?
You know, basically what we're looking to do is maintain a really muscular, thick, but lean. When I mean lean, I don't mean skinny. I mean no fat content animal for most of the year. So that's a pretty standard diet. You can kind of feed at regular intervals, regular sizes throughout the year, usually. But if a female is breeding, she's going to dump, especially superdwarfs, they dump so much energy into their clutches that they need extra food after that to get back up. And then once we get them up to that nice lean muscular state that we like them, we maintain it until, if it's a breeding female that's like cycling, she's been through multiple years, then we know about when she's going to breed the following year. We'll give her extra food right before she breeds to make sure she has enough energy and everything to feel like, let's go ahead and put this into eggs. And that when she does it, it's not going to like completely wipe her out. So, and then usually when they're breeding, they're off food. So it's kind of like off food when they're breeding, heavy here, heavy there, and a normal maintenance throughout the rest of the year.
It's like a marathon runner. You give them lots of extra calories because they're going to be burning a lot of extra calories.
Right. That's it.
Medhi asked, will y'all ever work with hybrid snakes?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Like hybrids, if you're talking about like interspecies hybrids, are really not very fertile. So if you ever notice why there's nobody that like just pumps out hybrids and they're like, all I do is hybrids and that's all I breed, it's because
it's not very viable.
It's not a viable project. It's kind of like a fun side project. We have an African rock python who is just kind of my pet that Rob really wants to breed to some of his crazy morph ball python males.
Do Afrox go?
It's not been done.
Oh, really?
No. But there's been Afrox bred to berms and berms bred to balls, so probably could, But anyway,
Rob is a master breeder.
He wants to do that kind of stuff. If they reclassify superdwarfs, if they were to ever achieve their own species status, then ta-da, we are doing hybrids all along. You know?
It's true.
So I'm not against hybrids at all. I just think if you're talking about like Carpals or Carpondros, I guess, are a little bit easier to breed. But, you know, some of that stuff like bat eaters and things, they really have very poor fertility. So it's a shot in the dark if you're going to get it. I have people that have specifically tried to breed for hybrids for like 10 years in a row and never gotten it. And then you have the story. It's hard enough
to breed the same species.
Right, yeah. Well, and then you have people like the Burm balls, the original ball python Burmese crosses, happened on accident.
Right.
Yeah, some dude was cleaning his cages, and he threw his two snakes together while he was cleaning. And then, this is according to him, they separated them later, and then the female was the Burmese python, laid a clutch of eggs and hatched out hybrids. It was like, what? Wow. They were het albinos because the ball python was albino. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, wild. So then you got poor people trying to do way less crazy hybrids than that never make it. So it's just kind of crazy.
All right, you want to speed through some of these chat questions real quick that we may have missed? When purchasing pure localities from ROR, how do they pairs come? As siblings or from different clutches?
Well, it depends on what the locality is. Like some of the stuff, like this year we are going to hatch a total if the eggs do well, which someone also asked, what's our next clutch? It's actually Karampas. But it's from our new male, the Duesenberg. This is his first clutch, and this would mean the establishment of his line. Unfortunately, I have 3 eggs. So I have to establish his line with 3 animals. That's really hard.
That's tough.
There's not going to be any for sale. The other female Karampa, there's only 2 breeders, is taking the year off. For you know,
have 1 clutch of 3 eggs.
1 clutch of 3 eggs for Karampas this year. So what happens is, like, let's say I kept a pair and sold an extra male, which won't happen, by the way. But if that was the case, you would get 1 male this year. And then you would be first choice to get a female the following year because you've already invested in that male. So we have people out there that have singular Karampas from us right now. And they're waiting on females. So hopefully they're unrelated. That's like such a rare locality that, you know, that they're going to be, up until now, all the captive bred Karampas that were produced came from 1 male. So they're all at least half related. So, but if it's something like Kalatoas, you know, you can usually get unrelated stuff and things like that. Typically what happens is, you know, we hold back more females. People want more females than males. So there's always extra males. So when you're getting into them, a lot of times, like, you know, the females will get like sucked up immediately, and then we have lots of extra males. So you end up getting like a male first. But once you've bought it, I'm like, all right, you are in for the next, you know, female chance that I get. You already have a male. You're coming. So a lot of times people
it's almost like a completely separate like waiting list because it's such a.
It's just like you know, if we're filling up, these people want males, these people want females. It's like I can get you one, 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 I can get you one. And then here's like I got you. But then these people here are going to have first shot at these females. I'm not going to sell them to this person down here that doesn't have any yet. I'm going to make sure these guys get a shot at females. So a lot of times, naturally, you're getting them from different clutches anyways. If it's a rare locality, they may be related because they're like Tombalongans are all related. You know?
Lady Gecko Foot.
Hey, what's up, lady?
Hi, inquired about a snake.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Very exciting. That'll be cool. We will,
I've got some inquiries in the email box and stuff like that, but yeah, we're getting through them as quick as we can. G.I. Joe and Kim are doing that. G.I. Joe is also, give you guys a little insight. G.I. Joe's active military is in Korea right now. And, you know, when he gets called to the field doing things with his platoon, we're down a person there. Kimberly also has her own dog grooming business. And everybody wants their dogs looking good for the Christmas parties. So she's like swamped. In the meantime, everybody's like, hey, let's buy stuff. It's Christmas season. So we have 3 or 4 times the number of inquiries.
Yep.
Then you count the fact that like this week is a short week. We're only working 4 days because we got Christmas Eve off. And then next week is a short week. We're working 4 days because we have New Year's Eve off. So getting to you as fast as we can. If you emailed to info@reachout-reptiles, we're going to go through and answer all that stuff. So we're trying to get that stuff as quick as we can.
All right. Let's speed through a couple more.
Could Captain Hook use his snake as a
Yes.
snake hook? Heck yeah!
Theoretically.
If I lost an arm, I would install a snake hook.
But if you saw,
I'd maybe flatten the end a little bit.
There was a newer Peter Pan movie where he had like a hook that had almost like a bladed edge on it, and it's a little like scary and intense. And if you tried using it on a snake, it'd probably just.
I like where they like take them off and they have different attachments.
Yeah,
I think that was more like the guy from Dragon Trainers.
Probably. Ages ago, saw an old video of Garrett.
Someone
Jay
says, "What's with the
children's
bots?"
python eggs.
I don't know who the bots are.
That's what started my journey with the little ones.
Oh, right. That's funny. The children's pythons? Are you serious? Oh, okay. I love when you show the house snakes. Reminds me of my children's pythons.
No, there's a different one right here.
Garrett was talking about children's pythons. That was my second video that I did as an employee at Prehistoric Pets. If you can look this up, it would be fun. What happened was I helped Jay carry this giant girl that was a little bit naughty, right? It was a huge ivory female. And I'd already watched her bite a couple of people. So imagine I'm in your position now, except I'd had retics before, but still, like, I'm new. I don't know the animals. And I was holding her, and she came out like, boom, face right by my face. So I was like, whoa, moved back, and I did this. And on Jay's channel, I got a bunch of crap about, that kid's afraid of snakes. Tons of crap because he has tons of followers. And so I leaned into it. I thought it would be really funny. Jay and Tim were gone. You've seen them pull clutches from females. They're striking everywhere, and it's crazy, and everyone thinks that that's like what has to happen, you know. So even though it's usually kind of played up a little bit. But the truth of the matter was I wasn't allowed to pull eggs. So the next week we had a clutch of children python. Children pythons are one of the smallest python species in the world.
Really?
So this thing is like, imagine smaller than our tiniest, you know, SUPERDWARF that laid, right? And she's got on this little clutch of eggs. But I was like, okay, guys, I'm really nervous. You guys know I'm kind of afraid of snakes. You saw me react with that 20-foot ivory or whatever, 15-foot ivory, whatever she was. So now I gotta prove this. I gotta cut my teeth. I'm going to prove to Jay and Tim that I can pull a clutch of snakes by myself. And I'm saying this in front of this cage with this monster female in it, one of the biggest females they had. And everyone's like, he's going to die. He's going to die. And I was like, ooh, here we go. I'm super nervous. And then I turn over to the side, or I guess it would be like turn off to the side here. And I pull in a little children's python that's basically like this big sitting on her eggs. And I'm like, whoa, whoa. You know, acting like Jay and Tim were like, whoa, she almost got me. Yikes, you know.
Super chat.
I took this little clutch of eggs away. And I was like, whoo, I'm shaking. I'm excited. And that was only my second video, and everyone was like, how did this guy even get that job? He's getting my dream job, and he's a doof. You know, it was pretty funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good video. I remember
We should have done something like that where
Austin Young.
I pull a house snake out of a thing, and I just freak out the whole time.
Yeah, right.
My
I gotta
snakes,
learn.
guys.
Yeah, right. Instead of going, like, you went straight for, like, an adult SUPERDWARF.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you should have pulled out one of, like, the new hatchling house snakes that are so tiny. Thanks, Austin. What's going on, man? I'll pull out one of those house snakes so you guys can see it. What does Austin say?
I'm buying a 13-foot F1 male slayer from someone he isn't very friendly. How could I transport him? It's just in our drive.
I mean, you're going to have to get him in a box or a bag and take him. I mean, if he's 13 feet, that's probably small enough to fit in something, but if you want an oversized thing, I would fold a bed sheet in half and sew it on two sides so you have like a giant pillowcase, or just get a really big rolling tote with locking lids and transport him from there. Where'd you find an F1 pure Slayer? What clutch was he from? Alright.
Someone else says, I have a 66% Calato lavender female at 2 years old. She's pretty petite. Should I expect her to get any thicker? Do you think she'll stay pretty small?
66% is not really a percentage that is usually made in SUPERDWARF locality. That's more of kind of like, you'll hear that a lot with 66% pos het, albino, or whatever. So if you bought a 66% and the seller told you it was 66% SUPERDWARF, you probably bought an animal that was misrepresented. If it was, let's say, 62.5% or 68.75% or any of those numbers that are technically made, then I still can't tell you how big it'll get because it depends on the bloodline, the adults, how that breeder did the cultivation of those lines over time to try to get predictable results. I can really only tell you bloodline sizes from our stuff. So I mean, there was a live stream. It was only two, 3 super or live streams ago. I took out 2 Calatoas. They were 75% Calatoa, and one of them was like that big around and 6-ish feet long, maybe 6.5 feet long, and the other one was the exact same percentage, and she was like that big around and probably 13 feet. Same percentage, same locality, totally different breedings. So it's kind of like saying if I breed the smallest snake and the biggest snake together in the world, where are they going to end up? Well, I can tell you for sure they'll be somewhere in between smallest to biggest. Speaking of smallest, this is beyond smallest. Look at this little house snake. It's going into its second shed. It's not quite as thick as my wedding ring. Rob decided to keep this one. He likes this girl.
Whoa.
She's cute. She got like a, I don't know how well I can get that.
Hold that right up
to go. There it
you
is.
go.
All right. Her pattern is pretty. She's, like I said, she's going into blue, but this one's got like, come on, focus, like super giraffe-y, cool pattern. Aren't those little boogers cute? Like they're so tiny.
All right.
So fun to watch them hatch
Lady
out.
Gecko Foot wants to see 0455.
455.
210455.
All right. See, now you got it.
Oh, Christina Hill says that one's a holdback.
Oh, Christina already knows which one that
Christina's, I tried getting him as soon as that clutch was posted.
They got the numbers now.
Oh, the one person said, I'm sorry, I mistyped. It's 62.5% Calato. She's super tiny. About 6 feet. Only about as big around as a $50.
Yeah. 455 is one of the Krispy Kremes. Lady Gecko Foot. We're not actually
Hold
selling.
it right up in there.
We're not actually selling any of the
Up a little. There.
the Krispy Kremes out of that clutch just yet. We have some eggs incubating from a Krispy Kreme to a Krispy Kreme. We kind of want to see what it does, so we can see what's going on with this. Is this, how much of a thing is this? We've produced enough of them that I'm pretty confident that we've got a genetic mutation that's ironing this out, and it comes from SUPERDWARF, which is cool. But is this kind of the end of the line? Is this as extreme as they get? Do they make some crazy super form? That'll kind of dictate some of the value because, like this is probably about as extreme as, say, a Sunfire. Sunfire and Super Sunfire almost look the same, even though they do exist. Meanwhile, if you have something like a Platinum, which kind of looks Sunfire-ish in the heterozygous form, you make a Super Platinum, you get a white snake with black eyes. So I want to see what the Super does before we evaluate whatever these snakes are. And prove it out for sure.
How big do house snakes get? Somebody wants to know.
I'll get a big one for you.
Alright, let me pull up another question from our list. Alright, Anna Kevlin asked, what is your opinion on hunting for sport versus food? Which is better for us and the animals if one
This
is
is
better?
a really big, this is our biggest house snakes. This is a big female, full of food, ready to lay a big turd on somebody, and that's about as big as they get.
Yeah,
The
that's
males
about
are
as
like
close as I'd
less
to
than
get.
half this size, so they're pretty cool. Really easy to handle though. They're fun. They're very python-like. Good times. Hunting for sport versus food?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not about to like tell other people how to live their life or whatever. If you want to hunt for sport, and it kind of depends on the situation. Sometimes hunting for sport can be super beneficial to the environment, depending on what it's like a overrun prey species. There's no predators for. That's good. But hunting for food is the only kind of hunting I ever do. So yeah.
Yep. Personal preference. Alright, and if you guys didn't know, we put out a question post during the week.
I'll tell you what,
Typically after
because I eat
after
like
the live
venison.
stream.
I love a lot of venison, stuff like that, and I'll eat stuff like that. So I very much appreciate the people in my area that hunt for sport because they usually give all the meat to me. So I'm all right with that. So yeah, Aurora says perfect size pet snake. I think they're like, to say perfect size pet snake is hard because especially working with SUPERDWARFs where you can kind of pick your size. there's different sizes that different people want for different things. That's what's cool about SUPERDWARFs, knowing the bloodline. I can tell you how big it can get. So, but I can't make anything as small as the house snakes, that's for sure. And so I think that they're perfect for more people, or they're a more perfect entry-level snake, or a perfect collectible snake. Because you could have, I mean, can you imagine if we retrofitted that whole room that we have the SUPERDWARFs in to do house snakes only?
Be insane.
We could have thousands upon thousands of
You
house
would almost
snakes
have
in
a
there.
bigger rodent breeding operation if you want to like.
Oh
feed them.
yeah, for sure. Plus they eat more often. Like the babies, we feed them twice a week, you know, or they start getting skinny.
Crazy. All right, let's speed through. It's 6:46, so we got about 14 minutes. We can go a little long too. Let's speed through some of these questions on here. As I was saying, we do put up a question post throughout the week, typically right after this live stream, and then we'll put another one as the live stream as next Wednesday approaches. You can drop any questions there. That's a really fast and efficient way for us to see what questions you guys have and how we can kind of cater our live streams. But let's get into some of these. If I were to buy high dollar, should I invest it towards females or males? And should I go multi-gene females or males? Pros and cons of both.
Depends on the project that you want to do. But if you're starting out and you don't have any snakes, I usually try to tell people, like, take your investment budget. Usually the most efficient way, if you're talking, I want to squeeze the most money out of it, you can get one great male and a bunch of females. Each female, let's say you get 1.5. Each of those 5 females is only going to make 1 clutch a year, but your male will make 5 clutches a year. So it makes more sense to shift the money towards the male on the morph side. With SUPERDWARFs in particular, you want to spend money with your females on small size genetics. So even if you had just a bunch of wild type females that were like really high percentage small stuff, oh my gosh, you could really breed very efficiently. I tell people do half and half. So like, just to make the math easy, let's say you're going to throw 10 grand at snakes. I'd say you get 1.5. Then what you want to do is get like 5 snakes for $1,000 that are females, and get 1 snake for $5,000 that's a male. So you put half the budget to the male, half the budget to multiple females. And that's kind of a general, you can, move from that in either direction, but that's a good rule of thumb.
Is there a working theory for why why the size genetics matter more for the females?
That's just an observation I've had over the last several generations.
Okay.
We're talking about those 75%ers that get huge or small.
Yeah.
We consistently see small size out of really small females.
Like the female size will oftentimes more predict the size of the offspring.
Yes, that's what we say. So there's no science behind that. It's just 40 clutches a year for however long shows it.
Yep.
So, and us being really intentional to try to make
Is captive breeding for wild release of SUPERDWARFs a feasible or a pipe dream?
It's difficult. I actually think it would be cool to generate some kind of a platform that allowed you to do stuff like that. But, oh my goodness, the quality control has to be good. Because, like, let's say you think you have a pure Kalatoa, but it actually has some Kayawati in it. We see a lot of that today. People are convinced they have pure Kalatoas, and they're most likely 50 Kalatoa, 50 Kayawati. They're all over the internet for sale, stuff like that. If you released one of those on the Kalatoa Island, you've destroyed now all of the Kalatoas. So it'd be very difficult to do anyways. I don't know the legalities of it. Would be a huge thing, but it would be cool if it was able to be done. One of my first things that I did with the Karampas was reach out to zoos that were AZA accredited and try to establish Karampas with them, because they're the types who would have the means and the connections to be able to do that kind of stuff. What they told me was that the Karampas weren't yet recognized by science, and so they don't have any. It's like a very political thing. They don't have any way of
super chats
doing that. Oh man, you take that one. Give me $15 worth of super chat. I'll do the $4.99. You're half my age.
You get the $15. I'll get the $4.99.
I wish Rob was here. Okay, here's Rob. Yeah.
Summer would be so disappointed.
Oh, thank you guys. Amy, Alexander, you guys are awesome. Merry Christmas, everyone. SUPERDWARFs will fit in a Christmas stocking. Food for thought. How awesome would that be? That would be awesome. I'd probably want some paper towels in the bottom of it.
Imagine if your stocking came wrapped around the top so the snake couldn't get out. That's probably a good indicator.
I was thinking of a Christmas stocking with like dripping urine out the bottom.
both indicators that there's something alive in there.
Yeah. Alexander says, I have 10K. What would you recommend me getting into to start breeding? That has so much to do with you, Alexander. There are good investment principles and stuff like that. It really depends on your personal preferences and goals. You know what I mean? Are you trying to do something that's like I can tell you, Carampas they cost a lot of money. They have not been super profitable for us yet because we're only breeding with wild-caught females. A lot of times I was splitting the clutches. I paid insane amounts of money for some of those adults. So, you don't even want to know if people think $10,000 a pair is expensive for captive bred babies. And you can get one every 2 years or so. And they think that's kind of unreasonable. It took me 14 years and lots and lots and lots of money to actually set up to be able to do that. And that's why we're the only ones. So you can do something like that, which is cool and prestigious and fun, and you feel like you're doing like a really good thing. Or you can just be like, hey, I just want to produce nothing but SUPERDWARF albinos, and I want to mass produce them because so many people want good small bloodlines of albinos. You can take a lot of different directions. So yeah, if I would just recommend when people are doing that, call me. My phone number is right there on the website. You can shoot a call or a text. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I will be happy to lend you any of my experience on what you think is going to be the best snake for you. I would say the big thing is just kind of plan ahead for how many babies you're going to make, how you have to keep, when do you need your payback. There's so many questions I'd have to pick your brain about to get those. So, and I'm happy to do that. I do that every day. So, yeah, give me a shout, and I'd be happy to help you do that. So,
Bob Evans asks, is that hair dye? So it's hard to notice in real life, but when you're looking on there, your mustache looks so orange and your hair looks so much darker.
It's pretty orange if you actually sit and look at it.
I don't often sit there and stare at your mustache.
No hair dye. Maybe I should dye it. Aren't we going to do a poll to save my poor wife from having to kiss my scruffy face?
Yes, we do.
I don't think she'd ever forgive you if she told you had to do that.
Probably.
You didn't do it. Do you guys like how my life is run by my employees? You're gonna shave your mustache. No, you're not, because YouTube said so, because Thomas made a poll.
This is Ashley making a poll through me.
You did it the first time, right?
Well, Ashley's doing it the second time because it didn't work the first time.
Cookie time.
All right, you got 7 minutes to... Did the poll work? Yes. Okay. You got 7 minutes to vote on the poll. What do you say? Go name some snakes?
Where do I see? I want to look at one comment. Someone was asking me a specific one.
Oh.
Whoa, go down.
Let me just...
Oh, don't close the poll. You close the poll.
Close it on there.
Let me see. Are we working with pieds? Yeah, we want to make them small.
Wow. Okay.
This one
She's clearly referencing the podcast, Christina. That's okay.
Is Thomas an alpha now? I was going to pat you on the shoulder. He punched me in the face. That's about as alpha as it gets.
Punch.
I was going to do this. You're an alpha.
Gross. Now. Get your hands off me.
Oh, man.
The stuff they say on that podcast.
Brooklyn, that's for you. That's for you. Oh, man. So, reticulated RB. His female is a normal het albino, and the boy is a motley tiger, het albino, 50% pus head anthrax. Well, what you're going to get out of that is possibly an albino motley tiger. The anthrax doesn't come into play at all, and they're mainlands. So you're going to get normals, tigers, motleys, and motley tigers. As an investment with mainlands, probably not, because it costs it costs several $1,000s to raise and maintain a female to get her to breed. And you might maybe get your money back if you can sell all of your babies. But if no one knows you and you have to kind of wholesale them out, you get pennies on the dollar. It might take you producing a couple hundred snakes before you get a payoff on that after you include all the expenses. So I would say no. I would say that sounds like a breeding, no offense or anything, but it sounds like a breeding like somebody had some stuff and they want to breed it and know what they get and see if they can make money on that. I would say if you want to make money, the first question you need to answer is, what snakes do people want? And then you work towards that. Where are these babies going to go? Are there good homes for them? Do enough people want these? I can tell you there's a lot of mainland breeders sitting on normals motleys and tigers or blowing them out cheap because it's not even worth keeping the space around. You know, if those were all 87.5% SUPERDWARF, that would be cool. But those morphs don't exist in SUPERDWARF. So, you know, you're talking mainland market only. Those are expensive animals to move. Smaller market. I would say no.
All right. Let's get to this last super chat, and then we should name a snake.
Okay. Let's see. What are the process for preparing a female to breed, and how often do you breed? What temperatures do you keep? I give them a variety. We get our hot spots in the cage about 88, 89 degrees. And then there's a gradient. Like they can sit here at 88. They can sit here at 86. Over here, it's like 82. And then down here, it's like 76. So I give them a nice gradient from, you know, at least 10 degrees. If you can bump it to 12 or 15, it's
Do we have any
better.
videos we can point them to? Do we have any intensive breeding?
Well, we did one where it's like learning from a pro, and it's the thumbnail is a picture of Garrison, and it's one of our older videos.
It's pretty popular.
And actually, me and Aaron Metcalf sit down. We go through his whole breeding book on all of his females. We talked about his process for breeding, and I added my 2 cents here and there and kind of defined what he was doing, and we talked about that. So you might want to watch that. But the basic process is if you keep your animals healthy and happy and you feed them enough food and you put the male in once a week, overnight, once they're up to age, you know, females minimum of 3 years, sometimes more like 4 for SUPERDWARFs, males minimum of 2 years. You put that male in to overnight with that female once a week for their entire lives, you'll get eggs. So,
Sweet. Do you want to go find a snake to
name a snake? Are you guys doing the poll? Who's winning on the poll? I think the poll is closed.
Well, now's not a great time for you to close the poll.
Vote for the stash. So is it stash versus ash? Is that what it is?
Stash versus ash.
Are you voting for ash or are you voting for the stash? Let's see. Who's hashtag Team Ashley? I know if you watch our vlog channel, you're hashtag Team Ashley.
I mean, there's just no other option.
Not if you watch that channel.
All right. Well, you have until the end of the live stream to convince them that you should keep the mustache.
I'm not really gunning on that. Honestly, I'd probably hashtag Team Ashley. So.
A little bit of self-sabotage going on?
Personally. No, I mean, I have the mustache just because I don't know why. I was sick and I didn't shave for a while. So I ended up with a mustache. My kids.
And now Ashley's sick of it.
Now she's sick of it. Okay, this one's fun. Alright. Here's a girl that needs
You guys are going to have to work harder than that if you want to keep the stash.
Alright, this girl is a beautiful platinum girl. Super clean.
Way up in there.
This is from my buddy Scott Bolter, actually produced these. And what I'm excited about this girl is she's 50% SUPERDWARF Platinum, but she is Pos Het albino and genetic stripe. And if you look at that pattern, she's very stripy all throughout. That kind of tends to be a giveaway that she's carrying that Het genetic stripe. And so this girl will be a key to us being able to make visual genetic stripe SUPERDWARFs sooner rather than later, because she's already got a good bit of age. I think she's 2 years old. So what should I name this beautiful platinum?
So how we do this is you drop your random name suggestions, and Garrett's not going to look at who's doing it. So Garrett,
no, I'm just going to show the snake.
There you go.
Here she is, a female. She's kind of a foundational animal.
Suggest your names,
hopefully
and Garrett will randomly pick one.
SUPERDWARF genetic stripes, maybe an albino or platinum. That would be fun.
Zachary Shabo says, I'm going to report the poll for bullying if the stash loses.
Sounds good.
All right. Hey, don't read chat. I saw you looking.
I was trying.
You got Daisy, Tessa, Geneva, Leanna, Sylvie, Peachy Keen, Banana, Slick, The Amazing Captain Squiggly, Tiffany, referencing the jewelry store, play on platinum. Courts, Odessa, Gloria, Trinity, Katarina, Baby Doll.
Don't get the pee on my watch.
Or any of my...
You can get it all over, Thomas. Try not to get it in my food.
Gross.
How are we doing? Names, Thomas. You're getting distracted.
We're getting the names are slow. Lila, Bamboo. Any poop inspired names? I feel like that'd be fitting.
Should I earn her name?
That's just,
here it comes.
Oh man, that one's gnarly.
Oh, she's getting really graphic with it here.
Wow, bro.
Oh, I feel like that deserved a close-up, but we missed the opportunity.
Probably.
Woo. Wow,
Oh,
you stink,
that one's bad.
honey. Wow, that's a really stinky snake poo. That's
Honestly,
terrible. They don't normally smell that bad.
If someone said stinky right now,
she was nervous.
Can we just name this one Stinky?
She was nervous. Oh man.
Peony, Queen P, Dookie, Kelly, Gia, Princess Peach, Victoria, Electa, Ashley, Queen, Slinky, Gladys, Skidmark, Poopy, Pee-Pee.
I'll tell you what, Skidmark. I like that because she's got the stripe on her pattern and she kind of earned it.
She is a bit of a skid mark.
Skidmark it is.
Wow, that one's bad.
Tell them what to do.
All right, well, send us an email to info@reachyourreptiles.com telling us you named the snake, and we will get back to you with a picture. I haven't been receiving any emails in my inbox, so
We'll have to take a look.
we'll have to take a look. Sorry if that was you and we missed you last week, but go ahead and drop an email in there, and we promise within 60 to 70 business days you will receive a response. Anyway,
60 to 70 days?
business days. We can't be rushed. But anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure. We will see you next Wednesday, and Patreon breeder tier, we will see you in just a minute. All right, and
Hey,
by the way, final vote: 56% say no, 44% say yes.
What is it? Should Garrett keep the stash? No has it. That's it. No more mustache. I guess I'm not going to be Santa this year. Merry Christmas, everybody. We love you guys.
Peace.